Hi, and welcome to Today in DeFi. So we're going to talk about some Bitcoin on-chain data, some stablecoins overview to see whether or not there are real money going into the crypto markets, and also some chain comparisons to see any interesting activities going on-chain for most chains that we're comparing later on. So let's start things first with Bitcoin exchange net flow total from all exchanges. So the red bars represent outflows going on for Bitcoin from all exchanges. It is the daily data, and we can see the cumulative data that it's more clear that people are actually accumulating more Bitcoin from centralized exchanges. So they buy on centralized exchanges, and later on we move their Bitcoins into their cold wallets and outside of the exchange. So yeah, it's actually a very interesting data to look at. Also for this is also true for Bitcoin OTC desk balance. So OTC desk balance is actually the place where institutions will buy more Bitcoin since they are buying Bitcoin in a huge amount. They can't buy on spot markets unlike us retails. So they have to buy on OTC markets. They have to make a deal with other institutions or people that are actually holding a lot of Bitcoin, and they will buy in a agreed price. Yeah, that's how institutions used to do it. And we can see that the total OTC desk balance is also significantly decreasing with Bitcoin's price increasing. So this is actually the first cycle that this is happening, because in the previous cycles, we can see OTC desk balance topping when Bitcoin price also tops in 2021. Yep. So that's quite interesting. And next, we're going to talk about some stablecoin market overview. So total stablecoins market cap has been increasing, but it's been stable to increasing. It hasn't been increasing very significantly, unlike since like early November to January, but it's been increasing steadily. We can see here in the 3-month period that USDC is actually gaining market cap when compared to USDT. And this is very interesting since we heard of some regulation blocks and some regulation challenges that USDT have been experiencing. And this is reflected by USDC actually gaining more market cap and gaining market share in the last 3 months. And we can see this from here, from this data and chart. The market cap for USDT has been stable to increasing in the last 1 month, where there has been a noticeable and significant increase in USDC market cap change, and this will be a good catalyst as well for the markets if the whole stablecoin market continue to increase, which means that there are real money and liquidity going into the crypto markets. Yep. And that's all for the stablecoins analysis. And right now, we're moving on to the chain comparisons. So are there any interesting chain activities or TVL going on? There are 3 noticeable things that I skimmed through and I pay attention to in this chain comparisons for this week. So first of all, the overall DEX volume actually decreases. So we can see in the last 3 months, it is a 3-month period, that DEX's volume have been very bad on Solana. It's actually decreasing by a lot. So this may be a bad sentiment for the Solana token as well, but this is not a financial advice. So don't sell your Solana tokens from actually only solely watching these videos. Please do your own research. It is only very basic data that we're reading. We promise to be very objective for the data that we're reading every day. But this is also a bad thing for Solana since also the revenue has fallen below Ethereum for some reason. So this actually translates into a bad catalyst as well for Solana. It means that they're not getting fees on and revenues optimally, unlike the last like 2 weeks on January 19, the Trump meme coin launch, and since then it's been only going down, and it's now underperforming Ethereum in revenue, which is actually kind of bad. Right. So next on the layer 2 ecosystem, we got Arbitrum, OP, and Base. The only noticeable thing and interesting thing that we take attention to in the daily active addresses, which is from Arbitrum, that has been gaining some traction lately. I think this is because of the Arbitrum Bolt initiative. So that allows for permissionless validation and validators on Arbitrum, which is quite huge for the layer 2 ecosystem. Especially Arbitrum is I think it's the first to actually allow that and to innovate that. All right, so then again, DEX's volume on Base and Arbitrum has been experiencing a decline in the last 1 month. And this is also true in the last 3 months. It's been stagnant to decreasing, especially on this last 1 month. All right, so that's all for layer 2s. Now we're gonna move on to layer 1s again. There has been interesting data on daily active addresses on SUI that has been gaining a little bit of traction, but however, daily active addresses haven't translated those daily active addresses too much. So this has been quite weird, and we must pay attention to daily transactions as well when looking at daily active addresses to see whether or not these addresses are actually making real transactions in the chain. So this does not translate into the daily transactions. So this might be some few people spamming some addresses to farm things on the ecosystem. And then again, DEX volume has been decreasing. And yeah. Lastly, we got ZK chains. So the only interesting data that I read here is from zkSync era. So in the last 3 months in November, Line A used to be a market leader in TVL in the ZK chains. But however, since the zkSync Ignite, zkSync era has been gaining more traction in TVL. And in this few weeks, it has surpassed TVL on Line A. So right now, zkSync era is the leading TVL in the ZK chains. So this is quite interesting. Might be a very good catalyst for zkSync era. And this also reflects the successful campaign that they're having, which is the zkSync Ignite. Yeah. So I think that's all for this week's chain comparisons, ecosystem updates, stablecoin overviews, and some Bitcoin on-chain data. All right, that's all for today. Thank you.